Well, what do we got going on today? Oh, we got some unhappy cattle in here. What do you guys want? There's Patty stuffing her face as usual. Boy, what an unhappy bunch you are. And Hilarie's cleaning pig pens. Right, Hill?
Yeah. Brownie's helping.
Brownie's helping. Oh, you guys are unhappy.
Quit pooping in your water. I want to hear it.
We got all kinds of fun jobs today. Come on, baby. She needs another squirt of glow plug. These old D282s, they don't like the cold weather too much. They need a lot of glow plug. Third time's a charm. That should keep them quiet for a while. Oh, Patty came bowled her way in. Patty, you're the queen bee. Yeah. Hey, little one. He's still skittish. Oops. Hilarie and I are dividing and conquering today, as we often do. So while she cleans pig pens, I'm going to check on my pork belly that's smoking all day. Looks good. Just kidding, that's not all that I'm doing today. Are you froze? There we go. See, Hilarie and I made a trade today. She gets to clean out the pig pens, and I get to replace the front struts on her van. Kind of an even trade, both jobs that we don't like to do very much. Actually, I think I'd take cleaning the pig pens out to replacing front struts. I'd take that trade. She should be loose. There we go. Since August, I've made it my personal challenge to rehabilitate this van. Hilarie has a different car now. We bought a Corolla for her to drive around. So it makes a lot more sense for all the trips to school and downtown and things back and forth she does ferrying kids around. Meanwhile, on this van, I've replaced the radiator, transmission oil cooler, transmission fluid twice because it had 2 strawberry milkshakes. By the way, it's shifted fine ever since. Thank goodness. Front and rear backs, rotors and pads, parking brake cables, steering boot on the passenger side, rear coil springs and shocks, oil change, repaired the muffler, flushed the radiator, vacuumed and cleaned the whole inside. There were a lot of Cheerios in there from when the kids were little. And now I'm down to this. This is my last job on it. Replace the front struts, replace the sway bar end links because it's got a noise when it hits bumps. And from checking it out, I believe it's the struts. I've replaced these once already, but this is time number 2. This is just the way it is, you know. In December, I wind up catching up on a lot of deferred maintenance that I can't get to in the summer. So always before I start my big winter projects, I get all the vehicle stuff out of the way. And with 2 old vehicles, there's always a lot of stuff. But this should be just about as good as new when I finish. Well, maybe not quite. Sure does run a lot better than it did in August, though. Which is gratifying. That's the best thing about fixing your own stuff. It's gratifying. What's not gratifying is my shop isn't big enough to fit the whole car in, so I have to leave the door open, which means I'm working in the cold. And we live in road salt country, so every bolt I pull under here, there's a good chance it's going to break off. Corrosion everywhere. I love this drop light. I know where they got the term drop light from. Will that break? It might. Oh, I think it's pretty good. I spent 2 days under this car this week. I mean, under it. It was not very much fun. I got a lot of rust in my hair. There you go. Yes, you can come off too. These sway bar tie rod ends are no fun to get off. They always spin. Oh, and they're rusted tight. Yeah. Impact wrench time. Nope. Spinning on the joint. Fun, fun, fun. Vice grip time. It's not my intention to make this a vehicle repair channel. It's just what occupies my time these days. So, I show it. All part of life. Well, we'll try that. Still spinning. We shall put some heat on it. There we go. 1 down, 3 to go. Gotta heat these up too. Rust, rust, rust. Road salt. Good hammer. Improvise. Now that I got the bottom mounts of the struts freed up, and yes, I'm doing both of them, I just need to disconnect the top. Oh boy, got the other strut out, I just got this one to go. Easy peasy so far. I'm sure I'm going to pay for it someplace later. There we go. 2 rusty struts out. Ugh. Now I got to get the other end of the tie rods off, and these aren't very easy to get at. That's why I took the strut out first. It's not going to be very much fun, I don't think. Well, need to put some heat on it very carefully. Vice grips, meat tie rod. Reminds me of an old Frank Zappa album. The torture never stops. We don't need that light. Well, here's the 2 old tie rod ends. As far as I can tell, the knuckles on them are alright. But since I'm doing the struts, I figured I might as well put new ones in. And we'll just put the new tie rod ends on. Putting it back together is usually easier than taking it apart because I don't have to deal with the rust so much. Hey, we can change from lefty-loosey to righty-tighty. Now we hurry up and wait. I gotta wait for the Struts to come this afternoon to the store in Ithaca from a neighboring store, and it's 11:30, so I guess I'll have some lunch. We'll go see how Hilarie's making out on cleaning pig pens. My gosh, all you guys do is eat. Well, oh, Brownie, you got new digs. Very nice. And here's John in the spare pen, digging at the bedding. Hi, Red. Roaches, how are you? Let's go in and see these little guys. How are you guys doing? How are you doing? Mom. Yeah. They're growing every day, I think. They're solid chunks. You guys are getting busy. And Brownie, well, Brownie's still very pregnant. Her udders are starting to fill. We don't have an exact due date for Brownie because we didn't see her get bred. Man, you've got a big belly. You got lots of piggies in there. So we just keep an eye on her. Moms get scratches. I think you got about 20 piglets in there. What do you think? Yeah. Lunch break's over. It's time to wrap up the pork belly. Cooking pork belly is an all-day affair. I let them smoke for about 6 hours open at 250, and then I wrap them up for about another 5 hours, maybe less, depends. And on short days like this, I have to finish them in the oven quite often because it's cold and it gets dark. See, what I do on the Weber is I run a snake of coals around the outside all the way around to make like a big horseshoe, and then I light one end and it'll burn all day long working its way around the snake. So I found that all in all, it's a lot less work than using a big barrel smoker because I can pretty much just let it run all day and I don't have to mess with it. It uses a lot less fuel than a barrel smoker would too. Just a little bit of hickory on top. Probably about I don't know, 4 pounds, 5 pounds charcoal, about a quarter bag, and it burns all day. My Struts have arrived downtown, so I gotta go pick them up. Oh man. Ah, I don't have to scrape. I even got self-cleaning side windows. Good enough. Here we go, off to Ithaca. Oh, and by the way, just ignore that red light that's on there and ignore that yellow one too. The red one's really nothing to worry about. It's a bad switch on my parking brake lever. I gotta replace that. The yellow one, well, we die like real men without ABS. I'm just kidding. Properly functioning warning lights are an essential part of any vehicle safety system. You know, it takes a car to fix a car. You need one running vehicle to go out and get parts for the vehicle that ain't running. Yep, this is Ithaca. Traffic. When the students are in town, there's always traffic. The population of the town more than doubles when Cornell and Ithaca College are in session. Oh boy. Sitting in traffic, just like the other day when I was sitting in traffic. Maybe that's why I got run over. Yeah, dad joke. What else do you expect? 2 quick struts. Here are my new struts, and for those of you who don't do mechanical work, all a strut is, McPherson strut is a combination coil spring and shock absorber on the inside, but unlike, I guess, regular or older cars, this whole assembly turns when you turn the steering wheel, so there's a bearing up here that allows the assembly to turn. All we do is place the strut in, get the holes lined up on top, put a nut on to hold it in place, and then on the bottom end we just line everything up and slide it together. Slide it together. Oh boy. Hook up the tie rod end. I'm gonna push it down. Then tighten up these bolts that hold it on top, 3 of them. Now I use 2 torque values for these, Guten tight and tight enough. Tight enough. Good, there's one. And then we just repeat for the other one. And I can put the wheels back on, let the car down, put all this business to do with the windshield wipers back on, and put this shield back on, put these windshield wipers back on. There we go. Last thing to do is take it out for a test drive, make sure the wheels don't fall off. Oh, I likey. No noises anymore. Except for my chair squeaking. Tracking down suspension noises in these vans, from what I've read, can be really tricky. I got under there with a crowbar and started moving everything around to see where the noise was coming from, and sure enough, it was coming from the struts. So replacing them is the last thing I had to do on this car. Now make sure you send your car for a front end alignment and you retorque your lug nuts after 50 miles, 500 miles, 5,000 miles, something like that. Well, I started these when it was dark, and it's starting to get dark again. I'm going to take these in and stick them in the oven till dinner time. Let them cook a little more. Because my coals are about gone. Oh, it's past time for afternoon chores. Geez, the days are so short now, but pretty soon they'll be getting longer, which I always look forward to. Not too bad. Got to give these ladies their afternoon goodies. There you go. You know there's 2 trays, right? You don't all have to crowd to one. Huh? What do I know? Next we take care of the pigs. Big pigs, little pigs, medium pigs, all pigs. See that chipmunk under there? He went in the bucket. I know you went in the bucket. There you go. We have a lot of chipmunks around here, and I would never ever hurt a chipmunk. Ever since I was working on the house and I was tearing apart the stone foundations and putting them back together, a bunch of chipmunks would sit on the stones and watch me work, and I always thought they were the spirit of my grandfather watching me. So around here, chipmunks are sacred. Alrighty, Brownie. Here you go, big fish. Oh yeah. Red and little ones, here's your big dish. See little roaches scurrying around. Some for you. Some for your little ones. Mom's hogging all the food. That's not very nice. Jeez. You guys will get some food sooner or later. She usually leaves some for you. Now I gotta bring John back into his regular pen. So to do that, I'm gonna put some feed on the floor as bait. Come on, bud. Do a little hubba hubba. Are you my dad? Look at these guys. Come on. There you go, bud. Alrighty. Eat your dinner. Pig's feed cart is empty. $0.20 a pound. Clean it all up. All right, you piggy. These guys are going to the butcher in 2 weeks. I'm happy about that. Last thing, fill up the cow with water, make sure nobody pooped in there. Boy, Titus is following Prudence around. Keeps trying to mount her. She ain't having any of it yet. He just keeps following her around. There they go again. There goes Prudence's calf. He doesn't want anything to do with them. Oh man. This is why I like filling the water by hand, because I stand here and watch the cows and I see what the current events are. It's very important to watch your stock. It's getting dark and I'm heading in for the evening. I hope you enjoyed joining me for the day. I hope you have a great day. And I'll see you next. Oh, there's something I wanted to mention. I'm not sure that I'm going to be doing 3-a-week videos here for a while because I got a lot of miscellaneous automotive work to do, and I'm thinking I don't need to bring you all along with that. And when I start the MD, I'll go back to 3 a week, but my posting schedule's off right now for a while, which people are busy in December anyway, so I don't think it's that big a deal. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Oh. You didn't think I'd forget about the pork belly, did you? I finished it in the oven in here. I like a good long cook on pork belly so that it just kind of falls apart. Whoops. Like that. This is perfect. And the best part is the part that's on the outside with the rind on it. So good. I'll see you next time.